Okay, so I did something a little bit different with the slide placement on this particular cabinet. This is a face frame with inset drawer fronts. Placement of the slides is always critical, as you know. Okay, so I placed the slide 1/16 of an inch above the face frame rail. So I keep a square handy and push it up against here and just make sure this is square. I have this set at the distance I want, set back about 1/8 of an inch, and then I place my first screw. Once I have my first screw, I double check and make sure that this is square. Then I pull the slide forward and put in a screw in the back. And then I go and put at least one more screw. There's also a very little known fact about these slides. So here you can see it's even with the top of the hole. And then I come over here to about the middle. You see how it's going a little bit higher? And then here on the end of the slide, it's significantly higher. These holes change from one end to the other. I was told this by a Salici rep. It will help with the self-closing feature. So the other thing about this, the way I do this, is it's a lot easier than trying to do it with it standing up. If it's standing up, I really can't do this method. This is just the method I'm using now for a inset job. I have a 1/8 inch spacer here. I've already put some screws in here. Let me show you that. So I just use this bit for pre-drilling holes in here, and then I put these screws in here and have them just barely stick out. Then, like I said, I put the spacers there, and since this is paint grade, it's 1/8 of an inch. Sometimes I go 3/32, but that's a personal choice, I think. It's just a matter of putting the drawer front on there and centering it in the opening. I just eyeball it, to be honest with you, and then I just give it one tap, and that puts enough of a dent in there so I can pre-drill 2 holes. Obviously, you got to be careful not to go through. If you want, use a bit that's got a stop collar on it. Okay, and it's kind of self-locating because those screws will go into those holes, just like that. And you can see here how that works. Honestly, it's pretty simple. And also, you might want to add a piece of tape here to more easily open the door until you get your handles on. So then I do this screw here. Some people don't like Phillips. I don't mind them at all. What's great about this drill is it's very controllable. And then I do the same thing to the next drawer front. I already have them all set up with those little screws sticking out. Set it on there. Make sure my gaps look pretty good. And you want to make sure your drill bit is undersized for the screw you're using. Right. And drive them home. So far, this is my favorite method. And you can see here, it's looking good. And then I pre-drill for 2 more screws, especially on these bigger drawer fronts. I love that drill. 4 screws. Move, buddy. Move, buddy. Come on. And we got the final one here. And here you can see it's all there. And if there's any minor adjustments, that's easy enough to do. All right, so those cabinets you just saw there are these 2 cabinets here in this closet. This is a very small closet. I'm going to install it this coming week. Being a small closet, the best way to maximize the space and not do the traditional way was to build these 2 cabinets for some drawer storage and some shelving storage, and at the same time have a nice connection point for a closet rod, and these here on the double pole here, and a single shelf on this side, a place to sit or store stuff below here, and a place to put your shoes or something in these drawers here. There's enough access into this corner. It's all paint grade, inset, and it's going to look much nicer than your standard closet. I think this is a good layout for a small closet personally. The height of them just short enough to be able to stand them up in the room. And at the top here, I leave an 1/8 of an inch gap so that these molding pieces just wrap around and are easier to install. And this is over 4 feet, so make sure when you get a closet rod, you get one that's solid steel and 1 5/16. Don't get the cheap economy model on something like this going all the way across. This cabinet was designed with no drawer down here because it's covering some duct work that is in this corner. I just think it's a good use of the closet space itself rather than just having shelf and pole, and to get some storage going on and make it look halfway decent. And on this wall here, you can see you can run this cleat all the way across to make sure you hit studs, and that's a perfectly fine way of doing it. Stay tuned for the installation of these cabinets here. I'll try to show some video of the install. Sometimes I'm in a hurry and I don't quite have time to do that, but I'm going to try to make an effort to do that for this closet. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.